Okay, I'm Sovereign Sage. So I also did a video talking about what had happened, how I had issues with my power to my house, my internet cord, my TV burning out. So from now on, my videos are going to be sounding a little different because this is a whole new TV. There's really nothing I can do about that. So they updated the game, and I just wanted to show off every character that I currently own. I cannot show characters that I don't have. So what I'm going to do is we're going to run through everybody in order from start to finish, just showing off the new animations because they kept talking about doing this. I've been waiting for this actually. So because I'm in Inazuma right now, this is what this background for Inazuma looks like. I unfortunately do not know what the other backgrounds look like. I'm assuming there is going to be a permanent background for every area in the game. So this is what the Inazuman one looks like. It's pretty standard, it's basic. You know, they don't need to make it super fancy because this is just what Inazuma is. It's all about purple, torii gates, and mountains. You don't really need to do anything else or add anything else. So I think it's very fitting. So, let's go ahead and start with, start with Heizo. So we're going to go through each character. I'm going to just show the animation quickly. And again, I can only show the animations for characters that I currently own. If I happen to go through all characters I have and you don't see a character that you like that I happen to not have, then you might have to go just look it up somewhere else because I can only show what I have. Okay, so that was Heizo's. So we have Chongyun's, Lumine's, Scaramouche, who I call Scaramater, Albedo, Nahida, Kaching, the Electro Archon. Let me turn my TV up. Xiao, Shanling, Child, or Tartaglia. However you want to say it, people have been saying that the G is silent. It looks like it would be Tartaglia, but it's actually Tartaglia. I don't really care. Everybody was nicknaming him Tortilla, which is funny. He is not a tortilla. We're gonna just call him Child. So Yoimiya, Yunjin, Sucrose, Yaya, Alloy, Yanfei, Toma, Barbara, Kale, Mona, Dia, or Dihia, Goro, Noel, Ningguang, Kaya, Layla. I like her. She kind of reminds me of Viola from Soul Calibur 5. And I did not think that nor realize that until I saw this animation. Because Viola is like a character that's like gothic Lolita with gray hair who has an orb that she leans on. And that's what she fights with from Soul Calibur 5. And that's what this reminds me of. It's funny. Mika. Sayu. Farusan. Cookie. Official. Razor. Lisa. Kurata. Dory. Klee. Amber. Bennett. Xingcha. Beta. Candice. Jean. Rosaria. Fiona. Lynette, Xinyan, and Sarah. So those are all the characters I own, and those are all their animations. So we have Lynette, Xinyan, Sarah, Beto, Candace, Jean, Rosaria, Diana, Dory, Klee, Amber, Bennett, Xingqiu. I like his. Kuki Shinobu's is cool. Fischl? I like Fischl's. It's cute. Razor. I like his also. Lisa. Hers is alright. Kirara. Hers is cute. Kaya. Very fitting. I like Layla's. He reminds me of Viola. Mika. His is cute. Like, it's so fast. Just like, innocent, oh, I'm gonna get you. Like, I just love how aggressive it is. Like, it's cutely aggressive. Like, you wouldn't expect it. Sayu's is fun. I like the pose. Farizan. Hers is cute. Mona's is okay. It's kind of flippant, but I guess it's fitting. Dio's is okay. I mean, I don't know what I'm supposed to say to that. Garo's is cute. I like the little dog. I mean, he is a dog, but... Noelle's is cute. I like the bow. I like characters who bow to me. Like, I like that form of greeting. And then Guang's is okay. I like the geocrystals. Ala is okay. I've never played the game she comes from, so I can't say anything about this. She's okay. I like Yanfei's. It's cute. Thomas is alright. I kind of expected it to be more dynamic because of given how he is, but I think it's fitting. Barbara's is cute. Kale's is cute too. I like the little... She hugs the little cat doll. I like Child's. It's so cool. I really like his. Yoimiya's is cute. Yunjin is just her... That's like a basic idol that she already had in the game, so... I was kind of hoping she would have had something new, but that's okay too, I guess. Sucrose's is kind of similar to an idol she already has in game, but it's from a different angle, so it's different. That one's cute too. Yao's is cute. I like Nahida's. I like the twirl and the little bell sounds. Hers is cute. I really like that. Okay. Kaching's is cool. I like the Electro Archons, though. It commands a lot of power upon entry. I really like Xiao's, though. There's something, like, cute and sexy about it. I don't know. Like, he comes off, like, really dominant, and then he just, like, that resting mask pose, I think, is, like... It's fitting for him. I really like his. I'm really happy with that one. I like hers too because it makes her look more like martial artist, and that's not what she is. But I like it. I like the way she enters. Fucking split kick in midair. Well, not midair, but she does. Clearly she leaves the ground. Her feet are over her head in the air, so... Yeah, that's pretty athletic. I couldn't do that, so... Hazo's is basic. It's kind of like almost another variation of his already in-game default idol, but that's alright. Same thing with Changyin's, but I like his because it's fitting for who he is. Hers is, I think Ether's is probably the same, I don't know. It probably isn't, I don't know. Hers is okay. I don't really have anything to say about it. I like his a lot, though. His is probably one of my favorites. I just love how he just enters so quickly. Like a flying. I really like his. I really like Albedo's, too. I'm gonna choke. I mean, if I had to choose my favorite ones... I actually really am choking. My throat's dry, that's why. I'm okay. I'd say Albedo, Scara, Xiao. I really like Xiao's. There's something about it. The Electro Archons is cool too. I like Child. I know what they pretty much all look like, so I've seen them already like several times. If I had to choose like my absolute like top favorites though, I really like Fischl's. I like the pose. It's fitting for her. Lynette's is cute too. But if I had to choose only 3 as my top favorite, Mascara, Old Beta, and Xiao. If I had to choose my top 5 though, be Nahida and Child. Which makes it 5, because it's Scara 1, Albedo 2, Xiao 3, Nahida 4, and Child 5. So those are my favorite ones, but I think my top favorites, it's probably a tie between Xiao and Scara. Yeah, it's probably a tie between those two. I like Albedo's too, though. Like, I really like his a lot. But, I don't know. Personally, I like Scara and Xiao's the most, but if I had to choose which one I like the most, I think Xiao takes first place for me. I just love that entry. Yep. Xiao wins first place. As character entries that I like. So those are the entries. I could probably go to other regions to see if the backdrop changes real quick. I think it's supposed to. So I just got Lynette a bit ago, so
you lead the way.
Yeah, I'll do that. So she's new. I literally just got her. She's given for free. If you go to your event log list and you go to, where was that at? It's not available for me anymore, but there was an option in here. There was a chapter that said invite, but I think because I had already did it, it already got rid of it. So I can unlock Linnea's story quest, but I think I'm gonna wait on that. Again, this is not a gameplay video, it's just me showing the character select screens. So, let me go to the other regions really quick to see if that backdrop changes. Because they added a bunch to the game. Not only did they add new character select screens, but they also added something different with the map. It's now like by layers or something like that. So they added a whole bunch of stuff besides Fontaine. I'm talking about things that had already existed in the game. Because now when you go to highlight over maps, I think it's laggy. See how it's starting to go R over here when I go to like this? When I don't know what I log into here. See, and it shows you different regions of the map. So this is new. But let me see if that backdrop changes. It does. Okay. So this is what the one for Liyue looks like. Wow, that's a little over top. I like the little like aura rays. I like it because it reminds me of another game that I play on Myoji. I play it on my phone though. And a lot of the menus in that game look like this. So that's pretty much what draws me to this. Because it feels like that, and I like that, so. I do feel like Lynette is too far back versus, I mean, I know they're trying to make them like in a row. But I feel like she's a little too far back. She should be like about 2 steps closer. Because she should be at the same level that Changyun is. She should be directly across from him. And Scara needs to be closer to me a little more. He needs to be directly across from Hazel. So you have like, what would be 1 and 4 close, and 2 and 3 back. But, you know, it's whatever. I don't really care. She is a little too far back, though. She's like, screw this, I'm drinking my tea. Alright, so let's go to see what Mondstadt looks like. Let's go to Windrise. So like I said, I got a whole new TV and it's very bright. I also don't like the way the sound is, because the only way I can explain it, it's like having a speaker and putting your hand over it. Oh, that is so loud for the sake of being loud. Okay. Wow. Well, that's fitting, I guess. So this is what Mondstadt looks like. I can't show what Fontaine's looks like. The region isn't unlocked for me yet. I have it, but I actually have to go there, so I can't show it. Okay. So
now it's time.
And now it's time to skip over my dialogue. Don't matter where I go. I guess I'll go here. I wonder if the map changes for every area in the game, or if it's just the main regions, because Enkanomiya and as well as the Chasm are like their own locations. So okay. Wow. I like the leaves. That's cute, fitting. Okay, so let me see if those other regions do have their own maps. So it would be the Chasm and Enkanomiya. I don't know if they do. I would assume they would have to, because it counts as its own area in the game. But I don't know if it's just the same backdrop, because Enkanomiya is part of Inazuma. So I don't know if they just saved time and just used the same backdrop, or if it's like its own thing. I don't know if they went that far. I have no idea. Okay, so let's see. Yeah, it's the same. So this is the Inazuma backdrop. So I was right, because Enkanomiya is part of Inazuma. It's just under the ground. So they wouldn't need to make a whole new map for that. That makes sense. Okay, so that's all of the maps then. I can go to the Chasm real quick too, in case somebody really wants to make sure. I can go to the Chasm real quick. Because I'm pretty sure because the Chasm is part of Liyue, it's just under the ground. Same thing with Enkanomiya. It is part of Inazuma, it's just under the ground. It's still in that region. So there would be no reason for them to create a whole different backdrop for these areas. I mean, it would be cool if they did, but they don't need to, you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense to, because it's in that area. It's in that region. Yeah, I was right. Okay, so from the backdrops I've seen so far, I think I like Inazuma and Liyue's the most. Mondstadt's was okay. Sumeru's was alright, but in terms of what I personally like and what appeals to me, I feel like I like Liyue's backdrop and Inazuma's the most. I like being able to see more of the water and having like these wind-like aura lines and then leaves across the screen. Yes, Sumeru did have leaves, and Mondstadt had like the little leaf flurries, the little dandelion, whatever you want to call them. But I like the leaf thing, so that this appeals more to me. I like the way this looks. That's fitting. Alright, so they also want me to take a survey to ask about this stuff. I most likely will do that on my own time, though. That's really all I can show for now. I'm gonna have to go do my commission quests and stuff like that, so have one way out here, so let's go teleport. I'll do those on my own time. I'm just showing the menus. I'm gonna go to Inazuma so I can show Inazuma's again. So those are basically all the backdrops. I will show the one for Fontaine at a later time when I get there, but I'm not there yet. So can't really show something I don't got because it's not unlocked on my map. I don't know why the map's been lagging for me. It never used to lag like this. I like how they reset me. I was on floor 11, chamber 2. But it resets every few days. So, yeah, Fontaine starts from right here, I'm guessing. I don't know. This is all of Fontaine, and it's like a really tiny region. It's kind of a shock to me that this is how big it is. Like, this is how big it is. It doesn't get any bigger than this. I don't know. Maybe it's bigger than that, because all of the other regions were pretty decent sized. But not really, I guess. If you look at the size that Sumeru is, from the forest to the desert, it's decent. But the first half, this whole desert section was added later. Like the desert of Hajamavet, this was added later. This whole section over here was added later. So when Sumeru was first released, it was just like this area, the forest area, that went into the desert area over here. And then it like cut off. So this was not a very big region. And then if you look at the other regions in the game as well, Liyue isn't very big. Sumeru and Mondstadt is very tiny. Mondstadt's very small. And then the areas for Inazuma, it's very small too. It's just split up into islands that are all distanced from each other. But the actual region itself is pretty small. It's like, I feel like the smallest region in the game, I want to say Mondstadt's kind of like the smallest, because it gets cut off like right here. So like from the Bishui Plain, this becomes Geo, see right here, and then right here. So like Mondstadt is like the smallest region in the game, because it ends at Dragon Spine. And I think it ends like right here, like straight line cut all the way across. This is all Mondstadt, and look at how small it is. So if that's really the size of Fontaine, I feel like that's to be expected.
Seems Lenny is saying some strange things again. It's really worrying.
Alright, well, I'll go ahead and leave that there. I angered that plant. I didn't want to do that. Oops. Okay, well, I just wanted to show off the character screens, because those are new. This game never did that before. So, I just wanted to show them off real quick. That's impossible. And that's what they look like. So, I guess thanks for watching if you did. I just wanted to show that off real quick. And also, because I just got Lynette. So, that's really all I can do for now. I'll do more stuff later. I'm probably going to live stream me going through it, or I might not. I just noticed that cat metal on her arm. I did not notice that before. I literally just got this character a few hours ago, and I haven't really had a chance to look at her or to see anything else about her, so she's still pretty much new to me. Alrighty, well, so far, if you want to know what my favorite backdrops are for character selects, I want to say I'm dying again. I want to say it's Liyue and Inazuma. If you want to know what my favorite one is, the one I like the most, I want to say that I like the Inazuman one the most. Which is very fitting for me, because Inazuma is one of my favorite regions. Out of all the regions in the game combined, I like Inazuma the most. I feel like the scenery is more pretty. It appeals more to me. I like Japanese things, so that's probably why. Liyue doesn't really appeal to me too much. Same thing with Mondstadt. I personally don't care for Mondstadt at all. I think it's really kind of boring. I like Liyue's landscapes. They're pretty. I like the landscapes. Sumeru is fun. I do like the regions as well. Some areas in Sumeru are appealing. But Inazuma is one of my favorite regions. It's probably the region where I spent the most time. Well, Sumeru actually is. But at the beginning. I haven't been to Fontaine yet, but I have seen some, before the game was released, I've seen what some of the areas look like. It's kind of impressive, so who knows, maybe that will become one of my favorite areas next. I cannot say. So basically, I just wanted to show off the character intros and the backdrops. Again, I can only show intros for characters that I own. So I don't know what the other ones look like. I can't show them. I can only show ones that I have. So, I don't know. I guess let me know what your favorite 3 were below of the characters that I own. I'm pretty sure there's other characters that I probably would have liked. I'm curious to see what Kazua's is. And a few other characters. But so far I feel like Skara and Xiao's are my favorites. Along with Albedo's. Nahita's and Child's. Yeah, those are my top 5 that I like the most. Lynette's is cute, but I've already seen it 1,000 times before it was released, so I'm kind of like worn out on it. Because there's people, I wouldn't say leaking, but kind of like it. It was posted everywhere. Hers and her brother. She has 2 brothers. The other one, whose name I don't know how to say correctly. I think it's Freminet or something like that. But it's probably not how you say that. It's him and Linny. So, I don't know. Hers is so basic though, my god. But it has to be. Yeah, so those are some of my favorite ones. There are other ones I do like, don't get me wrong, but if I had to choose my favorites, Xiao takes first place for me. I like the pose. I like the way he enters the frame. Like, it seems menacing, but then it turns into, like, it could be, like, if he had, like, a smirk on his face, I feel like it'd be more playful. He's a mixture between, like, seriousness, hostileness, and then, like, a hint of, like, what people would call, like, sexiness at the end. I like his a lot. His takes first place for me, which is funny. I didn't think that that would be the way that would be. I really like his a lot, too. Changyun's is, I like Changyun's. Heizo's is alright, I guess. I like the hand on the little sword pose. It's fitting. Well, that's really all I can say for that. Those are all the backdrops. Again, I cannot show Fontaine until I get there, so I'll show that again later. But yeah, that's what they look like. I think Inazuma is my favorite. I like the purple falling petals. Flower petals or sakura petals. Well, yeah, that's it. So I guess let me know what your favorite backdrop was. Mondstadt, Liyue, Inazuma, Sumeru. And let me know what your top 3 character intros are that you liked personally. For me, like I already said, it's Xiao, Albedo, and Skara. And then the other 2, if I had to do top 5, then Nahita and Child would be added to that. So those are like my top favorites. Though it is kind of hard to choose, because, you know, when it comes to my main characters like Changyun, I main Changyun a lot, as well as Shanling. Even Heizo as well. So it's kind of hard for me to say. Even the main pro tag, like, hers is okay, it's fitting, it's cute. It's just I like characters' intros that are super over the top, like his is dynamic. His is super over the top as well. I like the sword rise. That's what won it for me. Was him holding the star, but it's mostly the way he rises the sword. That's what I like about it. I like the sword. Nahita's is just cute for the sake of being cute, and then his is I like the way, I've always liked his dagger form better. So the fact that they chose to let him lead with the dagger form and the way his cape is, that's what won it for me. Alright, I do like Yoimiya's. I guess if I had to do a top 7, if we had to add more to that, I would have to pick another 5. Guess it would be Yoimiya, Yanfei, Yao, Layla. Actually, no. If I had to pick a top 5, that's just hard. The top 10. That's hard, because that's 1, 2... No, so if it was a top 5 after Child would be 5, so she would be 6. She would be 7. Layla would be 8. Mika would be 9. And Fischl would be 10. If I had to pick a top 10, those are my top 10. Though I do like Kirara's too, but I just like the pose on Fischl personally. Yeah, so if I had to choose, that's who my top 10 would be versus my top 5 versus my top 3. My cat is getting into stuff. Hey, stop it. Come on. I know. I'm sorry. But you can't get into things. Let me, I have to lay out a blanket for her. She's gonna get unhappy. She, probably wants a spot to lay down. I didn't have a blanket laid out for her, so... Go on. She's, one of those cats that get really picky if she don't get her way. She'll start throwing a little baby fit. She'll start sitting there and actually crying. And, I don't feel like dealing with that right now. So, those are my top 5, my top 3, and my top 10. For character intros. I really do like Fischl's a lot, so I'll go over it again real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And this would probably be 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, his is so basic. I kinda thought it was gonna be more dynamic. And what did I say? 17, 16, 17, 18? That's 19. 20, and 21, and 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. I don't know if I had the right number. I lost it, but basically those are all the characters I like, intros I like. The other ones were kind of just like, I didn't really care for it. Hers was already one that she already has that in-game. It's a default style. Hers is kind of like her default as well. His should have been more dynamic than that. I wanted like a hard twist fire spin. Hers is okay. Hers is basic. Hers is too flippant. Hers was just really boring. I like hers a lot, so I guess I would count her as well. I liked hers. Ningguang's is okay. It's alright, but you know. I like razors, so I like razors. Hers is okay, I guess. Cleese is really basic. I don't really care for Amber. Don't care for Bennett. I like Xingqiu's though. I really like his. It's like, okay, I'm reading, but now I'm gonna fight you. Like, there's something about his too that I actually really liked. Like, I really like something about that. Dory's is basic. I like the pose though. Beto's is okay, but they should have had something more. Candace is okay. I like the shield entrance. I don't care for Jean. I don't care for Rosaria. I don't care for Xinyan or Sarah or Diana. So, so that's basically my top favorites right there. That's really all I can say. Xiao's takes first place for me. So I'll probably have the ones that I like the most side by side. And then I guess we'll go from there. So I guess thanks for watching if you did. Those are character intros and current backdrops. Again, I can only show the intros for characters that I own. So that's really it. That literally really is it.